All right, so section 4, special pairs of angles. The first one we're going to talk about is complementary angles. And these are two angles whose measures have a sum of 90 degrees. Okay, and sum means they add up to 90 degrees. So in our example, let's add in some numbers here. Let's call angle Q 40 and angle N 50. We would say angle Q and angle N are complementary because they add up to 90. Another statement we could say is angle Q is a complement of angle N. So complementary means add to 90. And if an angle is a complement of another angle, that means that angle with the other angle add up to 90. So complement means add to 90. Supplementary is or are two angles whose measures have a sum of 180.
Is this on Canvas?
Yes, yes, I believe it is. Let me double check. Okay, so if you look at the angles on the left, if this angle is 100 and this angle is 80 degrees, we would say angle AWT and angle TWG are supplementary angles. Or we could say angle AWT is a supplement of angle TWG. And then just a refresher, these two angles are actually also called, actually we're gonna get into it today, I think, a linear pair because they form a line. So any two angles that form a line are going to be supplementary. Okay, so scrolling down to the examples here, it says, if an angle has a measure of X degrees, find each of the following. So the angle measure is X, right? A complement of that angle, complement means they add up to 90. So the complement will always be 90 minus X. And a supplement will be 180 minus X. So if you were able to take the complement plus the angle, so if you took 90 minus X plus X, you would get 90. If you took 180 minus X plus X, you would get 180. So whatever says a complement of an angle, you're going to take 90 minus that angle. So in our example, below that, it says a supplement of an angle. So supplement means they add up to 180. A supplement of an angle is 3 times as large as the complement of an angle. Find the measure of the angle. A supplement of the angle is 3 times as large as the complement. Okay, so X is equal to the angle measure. (90 minus X is the complement of that angle. And 180 minus X is the supplement of that angle. So they're telling us that the supplement of an angle, so 180 minus X, is means equals. So equals 3 times as large as the complement. So we're going to take 3 times the complement, which is 90 minus X. So 180 minus X is equal to 3 times 90 minus X. So supplement equals the complement times 3. And I got that from this stuff we wrote over here. So we go ahead and solve this. 3 times 90 is 270. And 3 times negative x is minus 3x. So 180 minus x equals 270 minus 3x. Now what I'm going to do is get all my x's on the left. So I'm going to cancel out the minus 3x by adding 3x. And I'm going to cancel out this 180 by subtracting 180. So the x's on the right cancel. 180 on the left cancels. So you end up with 2x equals 270 minus 180 is 90. Now to get x alone, you divide by 2. X equals 90 divided by 2 is 45. So 45 degrees. So how big is your angle measure? The angle measure is 45 degrees. If they asked you to find the complement, you would do 90 minus 45. And if they asked you to find the supplement, you would do 180 minus 45. Okay. I'm going to scroll down to our next definition, which is vertical angles. Vertical angles are 2 angles such that the sides of one angle are opposite rays to the sides of the other angle. And vertical angles are formed by intersecting lines. And so on this diagram, let's call this angle 2, angle 3, closer to angle 5, and angle 7. So if I go to a highlighter, so these 2 angles right here, well, it's hard to tell. Let me change colors. So those green angles that are angle 3 and angle 5, those are vertical angles. And the red angles, which would be angle 2 and angle 7 in this picture, those are also vertical angles. So angle 2 and angle 7, angle 3 and angle 5. So when 2 lines cross, there's actually 2 pairs of vertical angles. Like in this picture, 3 and 5, 2 and 7. And the vertical angle theorem just below that says that vertical angles are congruent. Okay, and actually looking at the time we have right now, I'm going to stop there. We'll finish up tomorrow on the notes because this proof is going to take a little bit and I don't want to feel rushed. We only have like 6 minutes. So just to recap that, they're congruent. So angle 2 and 7 will be equal to each other. And angle 3 and angle 5 will be equal to each other. That's what the vertical angle theorem says. We're going to prove that theorem tomorrow. Okay. So we covered vertical angles. And I'm going to slide up to the other definitions. We've covered supplementary angles and we've covered complementary angles. And I want to add one note right here. These angles are also called a linear pair. They're called a linear pair because together they're touching each other and they form a line. They form this line right here. Those are also called a linear pair. So complementary angles, supplementary angles. We covered linear pair and we covered vertical angles today. We'll finish up the proof and that last example tomorrow.